I guess you love movies. I do too. Hi guys, and welcome back to another movie review. Today we're going to be talking about The Girl on a Train, starring Emily Blunt, Luke Evans and Rebecca Ferguson, and was directed by Tate Taylor. This is based on the best-selling novel of the same name. A very successful thriller that sold a load of books and was very successful. So of course, like every best-selling book at the moment, they decided to make a movie out of it. And what did I think of it? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you today. So, firstly, let's get into the positives. Positives of the film. Like a lot of films recently, in which she stars, Emily Blunt is fantastic in this film. If you know anything about Emily Blunt and her recent films, she's been fantastic in a lot of movies. Of course, that's only my opinion. But I feel like, especially, she was very good in Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise, and especially in Sicario alongside Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin. She was very good, and again in this film she proves why she's one of the top ring female actors at the moment. She's really proving herself, and I think that this performance again shows how much depth and how much emotion she can get out of a performance, and she really sinks her teeth into this role. And that's why at the beginning of this film I was really excited and thought that this film was going to be really great. Her performance really gave me good expectations for this movie overall. The film also has some decent visuals. There's some reasonable shots in the film. A few shots with Emily Blunt and a baby in the film. I won't let you know anything about the movie because I didn't know anything about the film going in. I knew it was like a thriller and it was about a murder. But I didn't read the book. I didn't want to read the book because I didn't want to have those preconceptions going into the film like so many other people do. You read a book and you constantly compare it to the book, and I feel like that's a problem with book adaptations to movies. They're adaptations, they're not straight copies of the book. They adapt them the best way they think they can for the screen. And that really brings me on to the negatives of the film. This film is just massively overly melodramatic to the point where it is pretty much a soap opera at times. It takes about an hour to really start. And then when certain things unravel, which you want them to do in a thriller like this, I can't help really but sigh, because it really feels like I'm watching an hour and 55-minute soap opera. Or really, I'm watching an hour of Emily Blunt doing some really good acting, but nothing really is happening, and then 55 minutes of soap opera, where you find out that pretty much everyone is sleeping with each other, and it's kind of like, it's like some sort of, it's like I'm watching EastEnders, or I'm watching Coronation Street, and to be honest, we all know that's not the greatest quality of acting, or the greatest quality of storytelling, and really, I found this film pretty by the numbers and pretty dull. By the end of it, I was starting to forget what I'd seen already. It was pretty dull. It was pretty. It wasn't very memorable at all. And as I said, very melodramatic. I feel like my theatre was completely filled almost with middle-aged women. I feel like maybe if you're from that demographic or you like the book, I don't know because I haven't read the book. My mum's read the book and she said that it was nowhere near as good as the book. I feel like maybe this is just one of those books that just doesn't fit film, and I don't think it should have been adapted. But of course it was, because it's a best-selling book and they just thought that it would make a load of money, and they didn't really put much effort into it. I mean, it had a really good marketing campaign. It made it seem really good and really suspenseful and really emotional, powerful film. But really, overall, it was really dull. And the only person with much emotion in this movie that really gave a great performance was Emily Blunt. And it wasted quite a lot of actors. I mean, Luke Evans in this movie has barely anything to do. And really, very few actors in this film really have anything to do other than Emily Blunt, who, as I said, gives a fantastic performance, but is way more than this movie deserves. So overall, I was very disappointed with The Girl on a Train, and I wouldn't recommend it, and I think overall I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. It's probably below average. It's one of the lesser films I've seen so far this year, and I definitely wouldn't recommend it to anyone. If you've seen the book, if you've read the book, maybe you go and see it, but as I said, I haven't read the book, so I can't say anything about that. So there you go, there's my review of The Girl on a Train. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Sorry, I've been away for a week. I was on holiday. Good to be back making videos and giving content to you guys. If you like this video, like, subscribe, drop your comments down in the section below. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.